the therapist asked me, do you love your wife? And I honestly did believe that I did love her at the time. I said, with all my heart and soul. She looks at her and she says, do you love your husband? Silence. My stomach, it was just a pit in my stomach when she didn't say anything. My heart was racing. Oh, it was like the words I never wanted to hear. I love him, but like a brother. Oh, boom. It was just horrible. When I heard that, I started to cry. Tears just started to flood. And the therapist says, I want to speak to each one of you alone. I kind of see what's going on here. And she sits me down in the chair and she looks at me dead in the eye and she says, Esteban, I want you to do something for me. I want you to look at the mirror next to you and I want you to say the following words. I love you, Esteban. So I looked in the mirror and all I saw was an ugly man. I was like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. And all I saw was ugly. It's like, that's an ugly person. I say to the therapist, I can't. How can I love myself if my wife doesn't love me and my marriage is falling apart? She looks at me and says, Esteban, because if you don't, she will never love you, nor will anyone else. You need to learn to love yourself. From this day on, I want you to practice in front of the mirror and say the following words. I love you, Esteban. Esteban, I love you. So I did. I started to practice and I started to say it. And things started to change. Things began to shift. And because I believe because I started to do that, right? To practice loving myself, that I started to change